What's up, guys? I wanted to show you my apple haul and talk about trying to do some juicing on a budget. So I just got back from BJ's. I got 2 cases of Gala apples. I took a few out of this one because I'm about to juice them. There's 8 bags of 5 pounds in each box. Okay, so I got 16 bags of 5 pounds, but there's actually 5.5 pounds in each bag. They give you a little extra, which is really cool, so that actually lowers the price a little bit. So I paid about almost $88 for about 88 pounds of apples. And this will last me probably about 5 days, because if I'm juicing just apples, which I'm basically switching to after I run out of carrots, because I'm doing some carrot apple gingers right now. So I use three 5.5 pound bags a day, which gets me about 6 liters of juice. And it's about, so it takes my juicer, I have the Nama J2, it takes about 2.75 roughly pounds of apples to make 1 liter of juice. So through about 16.5 pounds, which is 3 bags, it might be a lot of math for you guys, sorry about this, it gives me 6 liters of juice. So the cost per liter right now for me, and I want to talk a little bit about juicing on a budget too, is about $2.75 per liter. Now the cost of apples just went up, but this is still the cheapest thing for me to buy. 1 5-pound bag, or 5.5 as I like to say, is $5.50. And this is the cheapest thing for me to juice right now. Now when it comes to juicing on a budget, I think yes, you can juice on a budget. It just depends what you want to juice. Now, if you want to do all green juices, like some lemon ginger blast or stuff with a lot of ingredients, then maybe not. I don't know if you can juice on a budget. I mean, it's going to be more expensive. I'm trying to keep my juices below $3 if I can, which is pretty cheap. $3, okay, but again, I'm drinking 6 or 7, maybe more juices a day, so that adds up quick. Adds up to, if I do just apples, it's around $16.40 or something like that. I can't remember a day, 50 something like that. $17 a day. And then if you add in even just a few ingredients, it adds up quick. The price of last week, the price of a bag of 5-pound bag of apples was $4.70. So just at going up 80 cents or whatever it went up, it added $2.40 a day, which bites into my budget of throwing in a little extra ingredients like a little bit of carrots for my carrot apple gingers, which is all right. So I'm trying to keep it low. I'm doing 3 bags of apples a day, about 16.5 pounds, which gives me about 6 liters. And if I need an extra one, whatever. I'm not trying to limit myself. Yeah, it's going to cost a little more. It's going to cost another $2.75. You know what I mean? But it's all right. It's still the cheapest thing for me to juice. So I wanted to go inside. And again, it just depends what the season. There's really nothing in season right now. So for me, it's the middle of winter. I'm in upstate New York. Ain't nothing that's cheap, And I wish it was watermelon season. I'd be juicing watermelon. In the summer, I was juicing watermelon. It was dirt cheap. You can make a liter of watermelon juice for I feel like next to nothing, a couple dollars. You know what I mean? And for grapes, grapes would have to be $1 a pound or less for it to be around $3 for me, because I need around 3 pounds of grapes in my juicer to get a liter. So I'm going to show you my setup I got for washing apples real quick, and just explain a little bit how to wash so many apples, 16.5 pounds of apples. I'm actually doing 4 bags of apples today because I had to make a little extra for some I lost out on. Well, I just owe myself a liter, let's put it that way. This is an old canning rig I found in my basement. It's just sitting there. I've never used it, I've never canned. But anyway, this actually fits 3 bags perfect. I fill it with water, and I actually use tap water just because, it's whatever. I have a reverse osmosis filter, but it would take so much water. It's just so much water to wash these. And I put some fruit wash in there. I can show you guys the fruit wash I'm currently using. I just pour a little bit of this in there. I let them sit, and then I rub them by hand. And then I rinse them off in the faucet as well. Again, I don't use filtered water to rinse them off, just because I use so much water. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, I know tap water's not the greatest, So this fits this huge pot. I mean, you could try to use a 5-gallon bucket or something, and if you wanted to. That's what I was originally going to use, but I found this in my basement, so this works perfect. But I'm doing 4 bags today, so I should get around 7, maybe 8 liters close to apple juice out of this batch. So I got 2. This has some of the fruit wash in it too. So I'm going to wash all these up, rinse it, wash them around, rinse them off under the faucet, put them in a big bowl. And I'm going to come over here to the Juicing Station Alpha. My J2, I'm just going to sit here chopping up apples. That's it. I cut them into quarters. I take out the seeds and I throw them in here. About 1 hopper full of these, full of apples, makes about half a juice. So 2 hopperfuls of apples is about 1 liter, roughly, right? And I strain them. I use just a metal strainer to strain them. And it gets a decent amount of foam, but that's all right. What else was I going to tell you guys? This juicer is great if you're looking for a juicer. Let's see. I don't core the apples. Now you can core the apples if you want. The non-instruction manual says you can put seeds to the juicer. I think it may strain them out. It might kick them out. I'm actually not too worried about getting seeds. Some people think they have a cyanide in them or whatever. It's not a big deal. At first I wasn't really getting any seeds out. I was just putting them in and I was fine. I was drinking a lot of apple juice. But now I'm just, it's really not that hard to flick a couple of seeds out. Once you come in quarters, they come out easy. Now I don't core them. Some people core them just because if you core them, you're losing out on some apple you could be juicing, right? If you core them and get rid of the cores, then that's a decent chunk of apple you could be juicing. So I like to get as much as I can. You know what I mean? Again, we're talking about juicing on a budget. You want to get everything you can. Same with if you're juicing pineapples. I've tried juicing a few different things, and I've calculated a bunch of costs. So that's one way to do it. Just experiment at first before you start. See what the cost of everything is. Write everything down. Do a cost analysis. You know what I mean? The cost I do. If I buy a $3 bag of lemons, to 2 pounds of lemons, if I use half a lemon or a whole lemon per juice, calculate that cost, add it in. I think so. If I put a half a lemon in my apple juices, that's probably going to be about 20 cents. So that's going to be about $2.95 per juice, closer to $3, right? If I put 1.5 carrots in my apple juice, that adds, I think, about 30 cents. I don't add much carrots. You don't have to add much carrots to the carrot apple gingers. The ginger's pretty cheap, but again, it's gonna add up. So it'll put me a little over $3. You know what I mean? But again, I'm trying to keep it low because you're spending a lot of money. If it was any other time of the year, if it was during the summer, it'd probably be easier. The winter might be the toughest time to juice just because everything's so expensive. But yeah, you can juice on a budget. Just do some experimenting before you start. Get a bunch of stuff, see how much juice your particular juicer can get out of it. Try watermelon. I tried a mini watermelon, which are about $4 right now. And I was like, oh, so I can get about a liter out of a mini watermelon. That's $4 of juice. You know what I mean? I haven't tried a full-size watermelon. They're about $8 right now where I live. I probably can only get maybe 2. I don't know if I get 3 liters out of that. Maybe, depends on the size of the watermelon. I got grapes. If they're $1 a pound, but that's still $3. Then you can't really add anything if you wanted to. I'm trying to think, what else have I tried? I've juiced a lot of stuff, a lot of different fruits and stuff. I've done a lot of green. I've just started out doing green drinks. Some stuff's not expensive. Like you buy a big ass bag of kale at BJ's, which is a wholesale club, for like $2.50. That's not bad to put a handful of that in. But again, right now I'm actually going from doing 2 mean greens, 2 carrot apple gingers, and 2 or 3 apples. Now I'm going, after I use the rest of my carrots up, I'm making a bunch more carrot apple gingers. And then I'm going to pretty much all apples, apple, lemon, for a little bit anyway. And if prices fluctuate, you can. And again, start simple. That's another thing. If you want to stay on a juice fast, make it as simple as possible. Start simple. You don't have to have 50 ingredients in your juices. If you want to do all fruit, do all fruit. You know what I mean? If you make it half green, half fruit, that's fine too. But if you're trying to do it on a budget, that's going to cost you a little more. Just do what feels right. You know what I mean? Try different things. Try juicing different things. See what your yields are. do some cost analysis. It's not hard. You just need a calculator. I just sit there with a calculator. I get how much I paid for some, how many lemons are in a bag, you know, split it up, how many you're each drink. It's not too bad. It's pretty easy. So do some experimenting, you know what I mean? Find what you like. I mean, honestly, apples are alright eating them for me personally. I can only eat a couple at a time. I can't eat a lot of apples. I just get tired of them. I like bananas. This is the longest I've ever been without bananas, guys. I would go to Whole Foods and buy 50 pounds of bananas. I was eating 20 or 30 bananas a day, and I was eating a bunch of mangoes. So I went from that to just doing primarily apple juice, apple-based juice. So even my green drinks are pretty much mostly apples, just because it's cheapest. That's another thing. You don't have to add a lot of other ingredients to change the flavor of your drinks. I only added 1.5 carrot. I could probably add 1 carrot to the apple to change the flavor. It tastes like my carrot apple gingers taste like a creamsicle. It's delicious. I'll let my friend James try one today, and he said, "Wow, this is really good." And it's really simple. And if you guys want to see me make that, I actually made a video showing me doing the whole juicing process, but it's another editing room full of floor right now. I'm having trouble with my video editor. I think my phone's too old. But anyway, you know, prices are high. This is my juicing station Alpha. Just a nice big cutting board. I got all my jars lined up with all my tops. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have my apples here, cut them up, juice them, then I strain them. I got a straining station. Once you strain them, pour them in the jars, put them on the table, line them up, bada bing, bada boom. And I also have to, it's nice to juice near a sink too, because I have to wash the strainer out real quick. You just rinse out the foam and stuff between straining it, because it gets clogged up pretty quick with the foam stuff, especially with the apples. Yeah, that's it, guys. Besides that, I feel pretty good. I think it's I don't know, I lost count, day 16. I just made a video yesterday. I'm getting a lot of good stuff out with the psyllium husk, a lot of crazy looking stuff. I don't know if it's mucoid plaque. I don't know. It looks like it. I don't know how to label it, but it's crazy. It's a lot. It's a lot coming out, guys. I haven't eaten 17 days and there's a lot coming out. It's crazy, guys. It's like, where is this coming from? You know what I mean? So anyways, that's it, guys. I just wanted to show you how I buy my bulk produce. Hey, and if prices go cheaper somewhere else at a different grocery store, I keep an eye out for, you know, look at the flyers of your local grocery stores, your wholesale clubs. Your wholesale clubs are a great place to look. They might be the cheapest to get some of this bulk stuff. I know my BJ's is called a wholesale club where I am. That's the cheapest place. And there's another place near me called Aldi's. It's a grocery store. They have a lot of cheap produce too, but it fluctuates. Like the price of celery was like 75 cents a bunch. That's pretty cheap, guys. It went up to $2 a bunch. I mean, you guys know, I don't have to tell you, the price of produce is probably at its highest right now. I picked the absolute worst time to do a juice feast because everything's so expensive. But with the spring coming, you know, prices will drop. So, you know, that'll be a good time to start. Or definitely in the summer if you guys are going to try one. All right, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. See you later.